Jerusalem is the house of Abraham. Jerusalem, yes. God promised specifically Jerusalem to Abraham. Do you believe that?
Show me.
I'm asking you.
Show me.
So if you see the
Jews,
will you believe in the scriptures when God told Abraham, walk this land and I give it to you?
Listen,
Yes.
listen.
Yes.
There was the 12 tribes of the Israelites.
Yes.
And where did they come from?
They came from Egypt.
Thank you. So where is Israel?
Where
was Israel?
What do you mean?
Where is Israel? Where did Israel come from? So you had 12 tribes of Israelites.
Yes.
They came from Egypt.
Yes.
You just said they come from Egypt.
But what were they before Egypt?
Huh?
You didn't ask me where they before Egypt.
What were they before
Before Egypt, their father Abraham
Abraham.
had Isaac.
Right. Yeah,
And Isaac had Jacob.
right.
And Jacob had 12 sons.
The tribes of the Israelites.
Those are the 12 tribes.
And the 10 of them were
And Joseph was sent into Egypt as a slave. And Joseph became prime minister of Egypt. And Joseph went to look for his father, Isaac, and Joseph went to look for his father, Jacob, whom he brought back to Egypt. Yeah? And so all of a sudden, they got to Egypt. But you have to remember that at that time, God had given a promise to Abraham that that land would be his and his children's land.
And his children's land.
Yes.
But it belonged to the Canaanites, though, didn't it?
Yeah, but God dispossessed the Canaanites.
He just says, oh, right, let's just throw those people out. Let's forget about the people.
No.
Let me, 3,000 there, 3,000.
No. Let me say this to you. Look, let me say this to you. In life, there are things happening that we may not understand and we can't change. For example, there is a devil here on earth. Right? You Muslims will believe that there's a devil. Right? We can't do anything about it. He's here. But we can live a life that stops the devil from influencing us.
Right.
Yeah?
Okay.
Now, also, in life, there will always be an option, a choice. Yeah? A choice for God or a choice against God. Do you believe that?
You said is because of the Palestinians this has happened.
No, I didn't say that.
You did.
No. I didn't say that. I said the government. I said the government. The government of Palestine is responsible for the suffering of the Palestinians.
Who created the government? Who created Hamas?
What do you mean who created Hamas?
Who created Hamas? Iraq.
Who are you going to say created Hamas? How? Who are you going to say?
Israelis and the Americans.
Oh, come on, man, brother. No, you're playing politics. You are playing politics.
Go and have a look.
And that won't help. That won't help.
Listen,
because you are reading too much YouTube and Google. Google and YouTube is too much.
Was Nelson Mandela a terrorist?
What do you mean?
Was Nelson Mandela a terrorist?
He wasn't.
Huh?
No.
I come from Africa. I was born in South Africa.
Good.
56 years ago.
Yes.
All right. My grandfather fought for the ANC.
Right.
They're called the ANC terrorists.
Yes.
Right?
At that time.
At that time.
Yes.
They called them the ANC terrorists.
I agree with you.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
So was Nelson Mandela a terrorist?
He wasn't.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
So if Hamas are fighting for their right, are they terrorists?
I'll ask you a question.
No.
No, answer me. I will ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How can you compare Palestine to South Africa?
Who took over South Africa?
I'm asking you.
Who was running?
How can you compare Palestine to South Africa? There is no comparison.
Hang on.
There is no comparison.
Hang on.
Because we are dealing with a biblical issue. This issue is biblical. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks.
Forget about biblical.
What God has said will happen is the way it will happen. I pray for Jews and I pray for Palestine. But we need to understand that there are things that God has already decreed. It will come to pass. Whether you like it or I don't, it will happen the way it's supposed to happen.
Listen, the Jews will be finished. It's 70 years, they've got 10 more years.
Who told you?
Every 80 years.
Who told you? That is a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. Let me say this to you. It's not true. That is not true.
That's in the Bible.
You see, you are watching too much YouTube. Too much YouTube. Too much YouTube.
I asked you.
Let me say this to you.
I asked you first. Hang on. I asked you about South Africa and the comparison. You said you can't compare.
You can't.
Forget about the biblical bit now. We talk about what's happening right now.
Yes.
Right. So Nelson Mandela then the ANC were classed as as my grandfather fought for the ANC. They cut his.
You said it before, brother. You're repeating the same story.
Okay.
Tell me something different.
So what's the difference between the ANC, who are freedom fighters, right, who are now called freedom fighters, and what Hamas is doing to fighting for their people? But who created Hamas? It was the Jews.
I'm not changing. I'm not changing the topic. But let me say this to you: if I were a Jew, I'll be very scared right now.
Why?
If I were a Jew,
Why?
I'll be terrified.
Why?
Because we live in a world that is almost against the Jews.
No.
They forgot what happened on October 7th.
Let me answer
On October 7th, everybody was like,
answer
oh,
you.
Hamas is bad, Hamas is bad, Hamas is bad,
Let me
look at them, Hamas is so
answer
bad.
you.
And then all of a sudden, everybody forgot.
Let me
Now,
answer you.
oh, Palestine, look at what the Jews are doing. Look at what the Jews are doing.
They're not
Yet,
Jews.
you know what?
No.
The hypocrite in this situation is Iran.
No, let me
Ask yourself, what is Iran doing in this world?
answer you this.
Many more people
Let me
have
answer
died
you.
at the hands of Iran
Let me
than
answer
what
you.
they are blaming Israel for doing.
Let me answer you.
What is this hypocrisy?
Let me answer you.
Double standards.
Let me answer you.
I want to say this to you.
Let me answer you.
I pray for Israel and I pray for Palestine.
Let me answer.
I pray for the innocent
Okay,
people.
brother, you're gonna have a-
War is not good.
Let me ask
But
you.
there is a devil responsible
Ask you.
for creating chaos,
Let me ask you.
stealing, killing, destroy.
We know who it is.
Hamas
The
have
Zionists.
opened the gates of hell,
Huh?
and now they want to blame Israel for opening the gates of hell.
Hang on.
I'm telling you
Let me ask
something.
you, can I ask you,
Yes.
You just said Jews should be fair. Let me tell you something. At the march yesterday, there was thousands of Jews. Yes. And I actually had my arm around a Jew, and we shook hands, and I walked with a Jew yesterday, and he was saying, free, free Palestine. And that was a Jew.
Those are those you really don't want to listen.
Let me finish. Let me
Those are misinformed Jews. A true Jew will believe in the scriptures.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Messiah
A true Jew. Messiah has already come.
Where?
Jesus is Messiah.
Where is he?
They may not believe
Where
it,
is he?
but Jesus
Where
is
is he?
Messiah.
Are
He lives in
exile?
me.
Are they in exile?
Messiah lives in
Are
me.
they in exile?
What do you mean?
Are they in exile?
They're not in exile
According
anymore.
to Torah,
They are not in. They are not. They live in the land. They live in the land. They live in the promised land.
Listen,
No more in exile.
According to the Torah,
Yes.
and according to the real Jews,
Yes.
who are the real Jews first?
You seem to know. You think that those who dress with big bonnets and they have clothes on. No. A Jew is one who is a child of Abraham and knows it.
Ethiopians.
And I want to say
We
this
are
to
all the
you.
children of Abraham, no?
No, you're not.
No?
You're not.
No? Where's the house of
I
Abraham?
am
Where's the house of Abraham?
a spiritual child
Where
of
is the house of
Abraham.
Abraham?
I am a spiritual child of Abraham, but by blood I am not.
Where's the house of Abraham?
What do you mean?
Where's the house of Abraham?
What do you mean the house of Abraham?
Where's the house of Abraham?
What house?
Abraham went to a house where you should worship idols, and he threw all the idols out.
That's not
and
true.
went to a-
That is a Quranic story that is not true. The Quran has many stories that are not true.
So your stories are true.
Unfortunately, the Quran is not true. Should we go there?
Let's go. Let me ask you something.
The Torah
The house of the
has.
Abraham.
Wait.
The Torah, according to the Torah,
Torah
okay, let me say,
has
you never answered my
witnesses.
question. You never answered my question. I asked you, according to the Jews, are the Jews in exile still? Yes or no?
They are not.
They're not in exile.
No.
So those other Jews must be stupid.
No, many of them are still returning.
Huh?
Many Jews are doing Aliyah. They are going back to the Lord of promise. Yes, do you know what Aliyah is?
Hang on a second. Why don't they go to Germany,
What do you mean?
Poland,
What about it?
Ukraine?
They are returning. They are returning to the motherland. And what is happening today will drive many more Jews to go back to their motherland.
Not one drop of their blood is from Palestine. Not one drop is it from Israel.
So what is the point? What is your point?
What's their motherland?
What is your point?
What's your motherland?
Israel is their motherland. Jerusalem is their capital. That is what God told Abraham.
What's your motherland?
King David ruled in that city, and I'm telling you that restoration will come to Israel the Jews will receive restoration,
What's your motherland?
and may God
What's your
have
motherland?
mercy
Okay.
upon the Palestinians. May God have mercy on Palestine and deliver Palestine from their wicked leaders.
What's your motherland?
The leaders of Palestine are wicked.
Do you want to talk to me
Wicked
about-
leaders.
What are you gonna talk to me?
You've been talking, I'll let you talk. But you let me talk.
What's your motherland? Where's your motherland?
It's irrelevant.
Where's your motherland?
We are speaking about Palestine. We're speaking about Palestine and Israel. I'm asking you. I'm saying to you, my motherland is irrelevant.
My motherland is South
Israel
Africa.
and Palestine is relevant.
Mine's Zanzibar. Where's
Israel
yours?
and Palestine.
Where's yours?
Forget mine.
Where's your motherland?
I'm saying to you, Israel. Why are you running? You're running.
Running away. Where is
It's
your
unfortunate.
motherland?
Listen.
Where's your motherland?
The scriptures cannot be broken. There may things happen on earth we don't understand. But I'm saying to you, what God has written many thousands of years ago, it will happen. And you know what? All we can do is pray for the Jews and pray for the Palestinians. But the counsel of God will stand. And Israel will be saved. Israel will be preserved. Nobody can wipe Israel out. Because he that keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is Israel's shade upon Israel's right hand. The sun shall not smite Israel by day, nor the moon by night. Because God will preserve the nation of Israel.